Welcome to LUTV News InFocus, where we discuss interesting topics on campus, in the community, and in the world of culture. I'm Vanessa Guerrero. This semester has been a difficult one for students and staff alike due to COVID-19 restrictions. The Student Government Association has been making strides this semester to make this semester inclusive and enjoyable for all. I'm joined today with the president of SGA, Trevion Wilson, to discuss the upcoming plans and goals of the SGA. Thank you so much for joining me today.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
So the SGA so far this semester have already hosted multiple COVID-19 awareness programs. They've helped the victims of Hurricane Laura, and more recently they've helped students register to vote. Could you go a little bit more into detail about some of these events, and are there any future events that students might be able to look forward to?
Well, I'll start off with the COVID-19 situation. It's very sad that we have to be in this situation that the new normal is this. So, given the situation, we want to collectively beat COVID-19 so we don't have to continue to go through this. And students are getting more and more comfortable every day because wearing these masks and everything is not the best thing to do. So our efforts behind the COVID-19 joint session, the COVID-19 tabling events, was to provide students with information on how we can collectively beat it. And I feel like we did that. We've seen a great number of people actually continue to start wearing masks again. We've had a lot of people interact with us, ask us questions, and talk to us more about it. So that was a great effort, and I'm happy with the progress that we've made. As far as voter registration, I'm really excited about that one because what was originally like a lower number goal, we're actually up to 150 students that we registered to vote in Jefferson County. So that's really cool. So that's half the battle, though. The biggest part of the battle is actually getting them to the polls to vote. So our efforts with that would be October 13th and 14th. We're gonna have something called Drive the Vote, and basically Lamar University shuttle services will give students transportation to and from the Jefferson County Courthouse. That way that students can participate in that voting process and they can participate early voting. So there's much more with that, but it's been great so far.
That sounds amazing. And so besides the mask up events and the different events that you guys are doing, are there any other efforts that the SGA are making to make sure that the campus is safe for everyone involved?
Yes, most definitely. So we created a mask up hashtag, and we're going to continue to use that heavily, continue to give out free masks, continue to give out hand sanitizer for people that need it. Like I said, people are getting more and more comfortable as the semester goes along. So we're going to really continue to push those efforts forward because this isn't anywhere near over, especially when it's getting cold now. People aren't going to be able to differentiate the flu or a common cold with the coronavirus. And on top of that, when people are sick and say they don't have the coronavirus, there's more sneezing and coughing going around. So we really have to make sure that we're social distancing, really make sure that we have our mask on, we're being sanitary, things of that nature. So we're definitely all in for that in any way that we can.
So what are some of the goals that the SGA has set for themselves this semester, and how will those goals benefit the students here at Lamar?
Okay, that's a great question. I like that. So before we even came to Lamar, during the pandemic, during the summer and everything, we really came together to like really brainstorm how can we really impact students? What do students really want? And what we came down to was a few goals. So number one is definitely promoting more awareness. It's cool for students to know what's going on within Lamar University. And sometimes they don't even know, but it's cool for them to know and push that effort as much as possible. But it's also just as important for them to know what's going on in the surrounding communities, what's going on in the neighborhoods around us, what's going on in Beaumont. So we're really trying to push that and make sure students are aware of what's going on in our community And that's going to definitely benefit students in terms of safety, benefits students politically, you know what I'm saying, being civically engaged. So that's one effort that we're doing. We also want to increase campus sustainability. We have a beautiful campus. Don't you agree? A very beautiful campus. So we want to encourage students to continue to take care of it as if it were their own. Make safe practices, and basically what that'll do is that'll make Lamar University just as beautiful, just as great of an experience for the next person, whoever comes to Lamar University. Creating a more sustainable SGA. That's another thing that we're focused on, and that's more so internal, but having a more sustainable SGA makes SGA more consistent year to year. So when the next, after me, I don't know who's going to be the next president, but they're going to know exactly what they need to do to be successful. They're going to have a nice system in place, so whatever their goals are, they can thrive and succeed with accomplishing those goals. So that's the third one. The fourth one is strengthening community connections, and this is really all about building better relationships. You know, letting students see us on campus, letting them know who we are, because it's hard for students to express, you know, their concerns and issues with people that they don't know, you know. So building that connection with students, faculty, staff, and administration will really raise the bar and set new standards for student government associations goals, as well as really for the students, because we're the liaison between the students and administration. So that relationship is very important. And last but not least is we want to foster inclusivity and equality. This is a very trying period that a lot has been exposed on the media. A lot has occurred over the 2020, really longer than that. But we want to do everything that we can to ensure that students are represented, students issues are being addressed and handled properly. And we really just want to raise the bar and set new standards. So
I think those are really amazing goals. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this interview kind of bridges that gap between, you know, students and people that weren't unaware of SGA until now. So thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me.
And thank you for watching LUTV News. For more LUTV News content, make sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.